What's good, everyone? It's Fizzy here. We're back again with another video. So recently I've been listening to Zaylevelten, what I like to call like the new gen or like the new type of Afro rap, I would say. And I was like, yo, let me try to make something like, let me try to make like a Zaylevelten type beat. So let's get into this. So as you guys can see here, I have everything all mapped out. So the first things first that I went to go make was this little bass. And I got this bass from GMS and it's the Diablo preset. Yeah, the Diablo preset. And if you're trying to make like Amapiano like bass sounds, the Diablo preset is probably like the best one to start off with because it's from a free VST and it's stock, literally stock. So yeah, so this what it sounds like. And as you can see, it's just that repeated over and over again over 8 bars. Next, I then went to tremolo. And again, you can't have like an Amapiano-ish or like, I feel as if like an African beat without like a tremolo signal. Again, it's very, very simple. As you can hear there's a slight delay. And then I also have this synth sound playing. Again, I feel as if it fits the vibe of like Zaylevelten, like, cause I feel as if like he uses a lot of synth sounds. And as you can see from there, like it's literally the exact same thing playing over and over again. And what you actually notice in this is that I didn't actually make any like strong chord progressions. They're all very, very like simple. I don't have like a piano or like a guitar playing, like, like the traditional Afrobeat type sounds. And the reason why is because in a lot of his songs, I think they're all synths. Like literally every single sound is a synth. So I really tried to emulate that and like, copy that in. Next, we then have this pad sound. And again, it's just repeating itself over and over again. Next, we then have like this bell sound. And again, I feel as if it just fits the vibe of the beat like really, really well. And then I then have like this like little bell sound again here. And as you can tell, like there's a little bit of glide in it. So I was really trying to like just try and make like a really synthy sound. And then lastly is this sound here. I feel as if that fit the vibe really, really well. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm actually gonna like play like a little section so you can get like a vibe of what all the sounds sound like. And yeah, that's what it sounds like. And as you can like, in my personal opinion, the Diablo bass preset from GMS is really carrying that energy. So from there, I then moved on to my drums. So first things first, I have this shaker loop here. And I got this one from Splice. It was a very, very simple sound. And then next, we then have this kick here pattern. So yeah, that's the kick pattern that I went with. Next, we then have this little snare progression. So from there, I then went on to make another snare progression, which was this one here. And then next, I then went on to this conga preset here. So next, I then went on to this conga sound here. Next, I then have another conga here. Next, we then have this perk here. Next, we then have this one here. And that's it for my percussion. Then I then have some effects, which is just like this riser here. And then I then have this other riser here as well. And then for the build up, I then have this effects playing. So as you can notice, each bar it gets louder and louder. So altogether, this is what the drums sound like. So this is what the drums sound like. So next on, I then have this, I have 3 log drums. So the first log drum is this one here. And then I then have this pair of log drums. I'm gonna play them separately and then together so you can notice the difference. So I have this log drum here. And then the reason why I have that one is because it's like a really deep log drum sound, which is what I wanted. And then we then have this one here, which is a bit more of the higher end sound. So together, this is what the 2 log drums sound like. With the drums, this is what it sounds like. That's it for me, everyone. I'll actually break down where I got most of my sounds as well. So for my tremolo signal, I literally just used a basic sine lead and I use a tremolator VST just to create the effects that I want. Then for like the synth sound, I got that one from Contact, and I believe that's called a hard and dirty preset. So that's the preset that I used for that particular sound. Next, I went back to expand and I used this thing called the Brit Wave. Like it's from the soft leads preset. So it's called the Brit Wave 2 preset. So I used that and I really like the sound of that one. Then next, I then went on to GMS. I already said that's a Diablo preset. Then where I got like this little bell sound, again, is from Expand. And it's the 80s Romantic. And again, it's the soft leads preset as well. And I actually would say that if you're looking for like a lot of like synth sounds, Expand is really, really good. Like they're actually a really good plugin. And I think they're fairly cheap enough as well. And then the pad that I like is literally just an ambient resonance sound, and I just tinkled with the attacks and all of that afterwards. And then for my drums, I got all of them off of Splice. So again, I'd highly recommend getting Splice if you want to like just get like really build up your sound bank. I think I have like over 1.6 thousand sounds in there. I don't even think I've used all of them, but it's better to have them than to not have them. So yeah. So that's it for me, everyone. And then for the arrangement, it's very simple. it's an 8-bar intro followed by a 16-bar verse, which is here. So then I then have a 16-bar verse, then I then have an 8-bar chorus, and then I then repeat that again with an 8-bar outro as well. So yeah, that's it for me, everyone. Want to say a massive appreciation to all the views. We're still at 1,000 subscribers. Again, make sure to continue, watching the channel, subscribing, liking, and commenting down below. It really does help the channel go like a long way. And yeah, also want to say that I've actually just released my loop kit, so make sure to go on and check that out. And yeah, I know I said I was gonna drop a drum kit, but February was actually a very busy month for me, so I'm gonna have to probably push that out a little bit. But yeah, I just want to say again a massive thank you to all of you. And yeah, that's it for me, everyone. Peace.